Hello, my fellow viewers. Greetings to you. Thank God again for another opportunity for me to share with you some knowledge that I learned from some books that I've been reading. One of them being Business of the 21st Century, written by Robert Kiyosaki. Some of you must have known him, and I equally read the book, The Go Giver. So I have two things I want to share with you today. But first of all, I want to thank God for the gift of life. Thank God for seeing us through this year to this point as we prepare to cross over to 2023. I just want to say that may God protect every single one of us who's listening to this and to the rest of the world, that God will lead us through 2023 and we carry it over. So actually, I want to talk about the difference between your work and your job. Understand this in life. There is what you have to do, and there's what you need to do. You've got to know the difference. There is what you have to do, and there is what you need to do. And you're going to understand at some point that you need what you have to do to be able to do what you need to do. I'm going to use an example. For instance, if you say you want to be a doctor, right? You're not just going to be a doctor, except that you have some wealthy parents who have the finances and the means of sending you to school to a point where you wouldn't have to worry about anything, and all you have to do is just to go to school and come out and become a doctor. Okay, that's fine. But 90% of the time, it's not like that. Not everybody's fortunate to have that. So in that case, you're going to need what you have to do so you can help yourself get to where you need to be. And 90% of the time, we choose the wrong thing that we have to do sometimes. But don't get me wrong, the world can present different things to you. For instance, if you want to be a doctor, right? And you can help yourself by finding something that you can do, like being a nurse assistant in the healthcare field, and walk your way towards becoming your doctor or whatever. But what I'm saying here is that at the end of the day, there is what you have to do to help you do what you need to do. Because what you need to do might be something that's gonna take time for you to build. But while that time is taking place, or while that time or that period is going, what are you doing? What are you doing at that time? You gotta be doing something. For instance, I made my last educational session about I was addressing the graduates on what they need to do, and they can grab anything they have to grab. This is like likening onto that same topic I was talking about, but in a little different dimension. We all have goals that we set that we want to achieve in life, like career goals. But at the end of the day, what plans do we have to achieve these goals? What is our plan A and what is our plan B? My plan A should be that I want to achieve this in 5 years. But then, what is my plan B? My plan B will be that, okay, for me to achieve this, I have to be doing this so I can help myself achieve this. It's just like a business. People who succeed in business are people who have other means of income. For instance, if you have 500,000 and you want to start a business with 500,000, and you open maybe a boutique shop with 500,000, and out of that 500,000, your house rent has to come from it. Your business expenditures have to come from it. And all other expenditures, including the food you eat in your house, have to come from that business. There is hardly chances that that business will grow. The chances of that business, so that business might stay around for some time and hang around maybe as long as it can, but there is no room for growth because you have not given the business time to compound, to build equity. You are taking the money that was supposed to be used to build equity into the business and you're consuming it. But if you had another source of income and you just spend time on building equity in that business to a point where that money will start compounding, which means that if I put 500,000 And I should be able in 1 or 2 years be able to look at the store and be like, now I have 1.5 million here or 2 million here. That is when now you can say, okay, I can start expanding this business. I can start taking a little bit of money here and there to do this. But the moment you don't do that, when you start to spend out of that 500,000, the chances of growing that business will be very slim. That is why I said there is what you have to do and what you need to do. And you're going to have to need what you have to do so you can do what you need to do. If you don't do what you have to do, it's going to be hard sometimes to do what you need to do. And sometimes what you have to do might be just what you need to do. There's some people who have been able to succeed in life by turning what they need to do into what they have to do or into what they want to do. So what am I saying in a nutshell today? Always understand that there are different roads to get into where you need to be. You may start today as a teacher, but that doesn't mean you will end up as a teacher. You may start today as a technician or as a footballer or as an artist, as a singer, as a comedian, but that doesn't mean that's where you end. Everybody have higher and higher and higher and higher aspirations, big dreams. So whatever you see somebody doing whenever you see somebody doing something, know that either behind their mind, they're trying to help themselves so they can be better. That's really what I have to say to you today. So if you get it, I'll appreciate it.